Good afternoon! It's been a while, hasn't it? Yeah. To whom do I have the pleasure of speaking to? What? You really don't know? There's no way you forget after 10 years, right? You can't tell from my name? My name is Christina Stevenson. I am your mother. I actually don't have a mother. Oh, you! Look at you being all stubborn. I raised you for 5 years after I divorced your father, and this is what I get? You forget me? You really are something else. I thought we had a deeper bond. I'm sorry, I don't recall any of that. This is going to be my last response, so goodbye. Wait, hold on. You're not holding a grudge, are you? You must be upset about the whole thing still. Yeah, I guess I can understand. I wanted to apologize to you. That's why I reached out to contact you. It's a little too late for apologies, don't you think? My father and I both have forgot about you and have been enjoying our lives. How could you be so rude? I told you already. I wanted to apologize to you. For 10 years, I've wanted to apologize to you. For 10 years? You must be out of your mind if you think I believe you. You could have done anything sooner, but you didn't, did you? I know that Dad kept reaching out to you, and you just kept ignoring him. Ignoring? No, that's not what I did. I had a lot of things going on too, you know. I hope you understand, okay? What do you mean a lot of things? Tell me one good reason. You apologizing now doesn't change anything anyway. It's not like I can just ignore everything that happened. I will never forget what you've done to me. What? Are you talking about that day I accidentally left you? Accidentally left me? How could you just come up with these lines? You kicked me out of the car while I was bawling and begging you to stop. Then you just drove off like nothing ever happened. I will never forget any of what happened that day. No, that's all a total misunderstanding! It's not a misunderstanding. I walked all the way to Dad, alone. Then some female cop found me and took me to Dad's house. He was surprised too and cried with me. And I will never forget that day, and I will never forgive you. Wait, you hang on just a second. If you're saying that you won't forgive me, fine. I don't care if that's what you want to say for now. But you and I were definitely mother and daughter, whether you like it or not. So what? Why are you trying to pretend to be my mother now? I told you a second ago, but I'll tell you again. I don't have a mother. I live my life thinking that she is dead and long gone. My only parent is my father. You're just some stranger. You can say and think whatever you like, dear. But legally, you can't argue. You cannot just cut ties with me that easily. Okay, and? What exactly are you trying to accomplish with this conversation? Well, after that day I accidentally left you, I studied hard and got a certain certification. I really don't care. Do I have to listen to your stupid story? I'm actually a lawyer now. I did this to prove that I am indeed your mother. Wow, that's cool. I don't really care about the little legal nuggets of knowledge you have to drop on me. You're not my mother, and I will never agree with you. I don't care if you agree with me or not. Fact is fact. Lauren, just admit it already. What are you trying to tell me already? You're beating around the bush too much. Well, actually, Mom has a favor to ask of you, Lauren. A favor? I want you to help your mother. Life has been a little rough, you know. I was doing something about it all on my own, but I got to the point where I can't do anything about it anymore. That sounds tough. You need to find somewhere else to look for help. I can't do that. What do you mean? A child has a responsibility to take care of their parents. Civil Code Chapter 877, Paragraph 1. You have a responsibility to take care of me. Okay, you're still beating around the bush. In other words, you have to take care of me till the very end. What? I'm actually impressed by how greedy you can be. That's not gonna happen. Actually, it is going to happen whether you want it to or not. It's decided by law. If you want to reject the idea, I have the power to sue you a large amount of money for damages. You understand? You should probably listen to me before I sue you. You have a duty to take care of your mother financially. Okay, understand? So, that's how it's gonna be. Thanks, Lauren. I don't care what you say. I'm gonna say no, and never. If you want someone to take care of you, just ask your other daughter. What? What? Don't act dumb. You have another daughter. I know it. The one you gave birth to after you left me. You're giving her all your love, right? So, I'm sure she won't mind taking care of you at all. I guess she'll have to wait a few years till she's of legal age to mooch off of, but... What are you talking about? You're my only child. Okay. Stop being coy with me. I guess she would be a sister from a different mister? No, you're wrong. I met her the other day. Yeah, with that non-existent daughter of yours. Huh? It was seriously pure coincidence. Do you know the kind of work that I do? You probably don't know. You never even really gave a crap about the kind of things that I did. Right now, I work as a female cop at a police station. About a month ago, I think. Your daughter was lost and delivered to you by a police officer. You remember that? The officer that handled that whole case was me. I felt like I remembered seeing that girl's mom's number. You really haven't changed for 10 years, have you? When I asked her for her mom's name, it was the same name I had heard 10 years ago, too. My coworker was able to take the case from me, so I didn't have to see you directly, though. And I was trying to forget about our stupid relationship anyway. I did feel really bad for the girl, though. I hope you think about what you've done in jail. What are you talking about? Why are you saying something about jail? Well, you have to arrest criminals, right? That's my job. Criminal? What do you think I am? I'm your mother! It doesn't really matter if you're my mother. A criminal is a criminal. The moment you pretended to be a lawyer, you became a criminal. What? I'm not lying! I really am a lawyer! I'm actually impressed that you're trying to pretend to be a lawyer to a police officer. Can you show me proof then? If you're a real lawyer, it shouldn't be difficult, right? Okay, fine. Here, is that proof enough? I'm a real lawyer. Wow, you're really gonna go there, huh? You really can't be saved, can you? Alright, I'll bite then. If you're a real lawyer, you should be able to tell me your legal code. What union are you with? Which round of state certified bar exam did you graduate with? Hello? Cat got your tongue? Are you Googling it right now? It won't help you. Even if you manage to scrounge together something to submit as proof, if I search your full name in our state records, I can find your information real quick. Or I guess I will find a distinct lack of information, huh? Okay, fine, I'm sorry. I won't tell you to support me anymore, okay? So please let this go. We're parent and child, right? You can let this go, right? I really wasn't planning to blow this out of proportion like this. You haven't done anything that is worthy of calling yourself my parent. I don't know how you're able to talk to me after all these years. When you were getting divorced, Dad paid for my college tuition all at once to make sure that I could go to college. He even paid for child support at once. I heard it was twice of the market prices, though. It was when I was 10 and I graduated at 22, so... If you think about it, it was 12 years worth of child support. You used all that up in about... 5 years? Actually, maybe you used it up sooner than that. 2 years after the divorce, and you stopped buying me clothes entirely. Of course, you didn't give me an allowance. Sometimes you didn't even feed me. What are you talking about? Your memory is all wrong, dear. I made sure to raise you well. What are you talking about? Did you lie too much that you started to warp reality? You used to always tell me you took me for the money, and the money only. That you didn't really want to take care of me at all. Then you got tired of raising me, so you dumped me off in the middle of nowhere that day. No, that's not true! I really accidentally left you there! Ugh, I don't understand how you accidentally kick your child from the car and leave her. Why didn't you come pick me up? I feel like your story doesn't make any sense. There's also no reason for you to leave me in the middle of nowhere either. And finally, there's no reason you should ever drive off when your daughter isn't even in the car. Hey, why don't we calm down and talk about it, huh? Let's meet up in person and talk. We're family. We should talk in person and not over text like this. You won't know the kind of feelings I have over some text on a screen. Hey, I was just joking around a little bit, right? You should understand. Of course I won't understand. I didn't understand anything about you from the moment you divorced Dad. I didn't understand a single thing. Dad didn't even tell me why you two got a divorce either. I remember though. My memory is faded a little bit, but you brought some random man into your house, didn't you? Okay, fine. I won't get involved with you anymore. So let's just let the past be past, okay? It was a terrible misunderstanding that made everything go the wrong way, okay? That's it. I don't need anything else, okay? Help me out for a little bit, okay? What was it you said? It doesn't matter what you think. Fact is fact. This is literally case in point. I will decide if I want to let things go or not. I told you that I will never forgive you. Just like that day that you left me in the middle of nowhere and didn't save me. I will never save you either. Afterwards, I reported the fact that my mother lied about being a lawyer, and even sent me proof of her fraudulent credentials. She was arrested a few days later with numerous pieces of evidence. On top of pretending to be a lawyer, she even threatened me, so the whole thing was deemed as incredibly malignant, and she was sentenced with no chance of parole. I'm not sure if she's remorseful at all, but she's in prison now. Her daughter, that would technically be my sister, is currently living with her father. I'm sure she will never see her or my mother again. I think that she probably doesn't like me after this whole thing. The day she left me was the reason that I became a female police officer. The female police officer that saved me that day talked to me while I was wandering the streets at night. She gave me a big hug to calm me down. While she was taking me to my father's house, she would calm me down and I couldn't stop crying the whole way home. I still remember it all vividly. I knew I wanted to be like this person. I wanted to help people. Since then, I have made my dreams reality. After I became an officer, I met the woman that saved me when I was a child. She said she remembered me well. When I told her that I came this far because of her, she told me that it was my turn to give hope and dreams to another little lost soul. I haven't had any chance to work with that officer yet, but I'm going to do everything I can to fulfill my duties as a police officer.
Amy, are you still working? It's way past closing time, you know. Amy, answer me.
Sorry, Mom. My boss asked me to do some overtime.
I don't want to hear your excuses. You're unbelievable. You're already an embarrassment dropping out of high school, and you can't even make it home in time for dinner.
I'm sorry.
And look how late it is now. Hurry up, come home, and make dinner. Your father and Naomi are hungry.
Okay, I'll hurry. Hey, Amy! eat ice cream. So have some ready by the time I come home from school. I'm sorry, but when you get home, I'll still be at work. I can get you some on my way home, but that'll be around 7. What? No, that's too late. Just get some during your lunch break and drop it off at home. Come on, I can't do that. Takes me an hour to get from home to work and back. Your lunch break is from 12 to 1, right? Then you have 1 hour. But I won't have time to eat lunch. I don't care. You're an embarrassment to our family. You dropped out of high school. I'm going to a super elite private middle school. You have to listen to me. It's not like I wanted to drop out and start working. But you are a dropout. Don't say that to me. The reason I dropped out is because Mom and Dad wanted to spend their money on you. Ugh, stop being annoying. I didn't message you to hear you complain. If you don't buy me ice cream, I'm gonna tell Mom and Dad. Make sure it's Japanese green tea Haagen-Dazs. Fine. Hey, Mom. I just got home, but no one's here. And no one's touched the lunch and dinner I left for you guys. Did you all go out? Hello?
Stop texting me. The alerts are annoying.
I'm sorry, it's just that no one's here. So I was wondering where you are.
Oh, yeah. I guess I should at least tell you that. I don't want you to file a missing persons report or anything.
And what time are you coming home?
We're not coming home.
What?
Your father won the lottery.
The lottery?
$1 million.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing! But what do you mean you're not coming home?
Naomi said since we have $1 million, she wants to go to high school in Beverly Hills.
A high school in Beverly Hills?
So we decided the whole family would go. And we've been getting ready to go for a while now.
No one told me.
Well, yes, we didn't tell you.
Why?
Because we're not going to take you, duh.
What?
I told you, the whole family was going to go.
So I'm not part of the family?
Doesn't that go without saying? A high school dropout like you can't be part of our family. You're an embarrassment to the family. And it's best to cut an embarrassment like you from our lives.
I can't believe you would say that. That's so mean.
Well, it doesn't matter now. We're already at the airport.
Are you serious? You're leaving today?
Yes.
Wait a second. What about Dad's job? His company doesn't have an office in Beverly Hills.
Oh, he quit.
He quit?
He didn't have a choice. We're moving far away. And we have $1 million. What's the point of working anymore?
What are you gonna do about this house? It's under Dad's lease, right?
We already ended our lease.
But all the furniture is still here.
It's too much work to take it with us, so we'll buy new furniture. We don't need it anymore, so just get rid of it.
I have to get rid of it?
Of course! We let you live with us until now. It's the least you can do.
I can't believe this.
Well, I guess if you want to keep living there, you can do whatever you want with it.
I can't afford the rent for this house.
I guess a high school dropout salary isn't much. Anyways, you're cut off from the family. Your father and Naomi, and of course I, will be changing our numbers. I know a lowlife like you will have a boring, unfulfilling life. But you do whatever you want.
Wait, Mom!
Amy, it's been a while.
Who is this?
Don't be silly, it's Mom. I'm so glad you're still using this number.
That's funny. I thought you cut me off from the family.
Oh, don't say that. You can at least hear what I have to say since I took the time to reach out to you. Where are you living now? It seems like you quit your old job, too.
Do I have to tell you?
Of course. Your father and I are heading there now.
What?
My friend told me you're living in a huge mansion now. What happened? Did some rich old guy take pity on a high school dropout and marry you? If it's a mansion, I'm sure you have a ton of empty rooms. So, I'll be happy to live with you starting today.
You can't come over now. I mean, didn't you say you were living in Beverly Hills?
Oh, well, we were scammed.
Scammed?
Someone told us about a great investment opportunity, so we gave them $500,000. But it was all a lie. We only have like $2,000 left. So, since we have a tight budget, we thought it was better to be here than in Beverly Hills, where everything is so expensive. We had no choice but to come back here.
Okay, so you're saying that you have no money and no place to live, so you want me to take care of you?
Yes.
Oh yeah, what's going on with Naomi?
Naomi?
You haven't mentioned her at all. Are you with her?
Oh, well, she said she was going to go live with her boyfriend.
She said what?
She said there was no way she was coming back here, so we left her behind. Anyways, that's that. Tell me your address.
I can tell you, but I don't think you'll want to come here.
Why?
I'm living in the villa that was part of Grandpa's mansion.
Grandpa?
Yeah, your dad.
What?
After you all left, my company let me stay in the company housing for about a year. And then I received Grandpa's obituary.
What? Are you serious? He died?
Yeah. I know stuff happened when you're little and you're estranged, but I guess they thought they should at least tell you that he passed away. So, Aunt Rose, your older sister, said she called you.
I didn't hear about any of that.
Yeah, I know, because you changed your number. But you didn't tell her that, so of course she couldn't reach you. So they had no choice but to have a funeral without you.
I had no idea.
And after the funeral, there was a will reading.
A will?
Yeah, I guess he looked into some stuff before he died, and he knew that I was left behind.
What?
And it seems like he was really mad about it. So his inheritance was left to Aunt Rose and me.
Are you serious? But wait. Your grandpa didn't have enough money to build a mansion. He had a lot of property, but it was mostly worthless.
That worthless property's value soared thanks to a huge shopping mall being built. So he sold his properties and built a vacation home. And now I live here with Aunt Rose and her husband.
What? That's not fair.
It doesn't really matter if you think that. It's what Grandpa decided.
Okay, then give me your inheritance. I'm your mother, so I have a right to that money.
If that's your argument, I don't have to give you a penny.
What? You're my daughter! Don't be stupid and just listen to me.
No.
We're a family. Of course we should live together. As your parents, we have the right to live in your mansion.
I don't want this mansion. Aunt Rose does.
What? Does that mean...
Yeah, the deed is in Aunt Rose's name. Oh, and also, Aunt Rose and her husband legally adopted me.
What?
So what I'm trying to say is, you're not my mother anymore. You're my aunt. So I'm living with my mom.
Just wait a second.
What?
If Rose is the mansion's owner, who is paying the property taxes? If it really is a huge mansion, you need a lot of money for upkeep.
Oh, I guess you didn't know. Aunt Rose runs a pretty big IT company.
Wait, so she's the boss?
Yeah, Aunt Rose is the boss. And, while going to night school to get my GED, I also study programming, thanks to Aunt Rose's support. And I've been working at her company for 2 years now.
What?
You get it now, right? If you want to live here, you need Aunt Rose's permission. But Mom, I heard when you left home you stole $100,000 from Grandpa and Aunt Rose's savings. And Dad helped you steal it, right? So she said if you want to live with me that badly, to give back that $100,000. She's right next to me right now.
My sister's there?
Of course, she's been here from the beginning.
Why?
So, are you coming here or not?
You know I can't.
Okay, then I guess this really is goodbye.
What? Since we're not going to live together, there's really no point in us talking either.
Okay, well, I don't think we'll see each other ever again, but be well afterwards. When my parents and sister abandoned me, I was a teenager. And 7 years later, my shameless parents contacted me. Even though I told them off, I heard that they'd been wandering around mansions that they thought I was living in. And by chance, they ran into my aunt, who took them to the subsidiary of her company and is making them work off the $100,000 they stole from her. And my sister, she fell for a marriage scam and came home $50,000 in debt. And I ran into her when she was wandering around my mansion property. After speaking to my aunt, we decided that she would work off her debt at a different subsidiary from my parents. She works 7 days a week. A life ruined by sudden wealth. I made a promise to myself that I would never end up this way.